Which is good, YouTube. It's Ace of Hearts here. I just got finished watching that Lakers Grizzlies game. I saw the whole game. I'm just gonna do a little recap for you and what I think should be done, what should be changed. First and foremost, congratulations to the Lakers on the win. It was an ugly win, but they won nonetheless. So I'll give them a round of applause. Yep. With that being said, there's some points of emphasis that I want to talk about. There's really three that I want to talk about. The first one might not seem that important, but I still want to bring it up. Number one, DeAndre Jordan is not a starter. Yeah, I think we need to address that first. DeAndre Jordan is not a starter. He's constantly getting put in pick and roll, and he's constantly getting burnt every time he gets mismatched onto a point guard. It happened in all three of the games that the Lakers have played this season, because all three of the teams that we played had star point guards. So the first game it was Steph Curry, second game it was Chris Paul. The Chris Paul one was bad, and the third game was obviously Ja Morant that just ended like 20 minutes ago, I believe. But yeah, DeAndre Jordan's not a starter, not good in pick and roll. He's not that good of a rebounder. Sometimes he looks lost on defense a lot of times, and we can't really use him that much on offense except for like a pick and roll lob. That's really all we can do. He's not that great of a passer. Not really gonna hit his free throws. Only reason I think we signed DeAndre Jordan is because Dwight Howard is very foul prone. He's very prone to get a lot of fouls. So if Dwight Howard has 4 fouls before the second half, we can just play DeAndre Jordan for the third, bring Dwight back in the fourth, and yeah, just do it like that. That's what I think his purpose is. So yeah, DeAndre Jordan, not a starter. And I guess to add on to that, this isn't really my second, but to add on to that, I guess my I'm sorry, my leg is really itching. Anyway, yeah. So, to add on to that, I think the starting lineup should be Russell Westbrook, maybe Avery Bradley or Kent Bazemore, whichever one you want to play at the two. And I personally believe that Austin Reeves should be a starter. A lot of people might find a problem with that. I personally don't. Reason why is because Austin Reeves is 6'6". He's like one of the only young guys on the team that actually plays defense. It's not like Caruso's defense, but he's still very active and he's young. He's a better three-point shooter than Kent Bazemore, and he's smarter than him as well. And I feel like he matches up better with the guards that we have to match up against in the Western Conference, better than Kent Bazemore does. Now, the only reason why I don't see that happening is because Kent Bazemore just has more experience. He's a lot more proven, but I do feel like Austin Reeves is a better fit for the starting lineup. That's just me. Maybe he's too young. Maybe I'm wrong. But that's just my personal opinion. And the 4 should be LeBron, and the 5 should be AD. That's the starting lineup that should be out there every night. But it's early stages, so I won't think about it too much. I'll just let Frank Vogel figure out what he needs to figure out. But yeah, that's really all of the first reason is DeAndre Jordan and what the starting lineup should be into one. Number 2. Our guard defense is atrocious. Like, it's really bad. We're constantly letting guards get through our defense way too easy. And yeah, we can double team, which is fine, but the Lakers don't rotate as is. So, I mean, doubling honestly would be better, but it's not that much more effective. But yeah, Kent Bazemore should not be guarding Ja Morant or Steph Curry, even though he did a good job on Steph Curry. That was the first game of the season. I'm not a believer in that. And Chris Paul, absolutely not. Or Devin Booker, for that matter. Yeah, our defense for the opposing guards is like really bad. We need to address that. How we're gonna address that, I don't know. Maybe for the starting lineups against star guards, we put guys that aren't that old on them. Maybe we put bigger bodies. Maybe we put guys who are more defensive minded. Like when THT comes back, maybe we put him on one of the guards. I'm not saying that these guys are going to stop them, but Kent Bazemore hasn't been doing that great of a job. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, guard defense is atrocious. We sag off way too much at the end of the shot clock, and it doesn't make any sense. And they just end up shooting over us regardless of who it is. They keep getting whatever they want in pick and roll. There's no hedging. There's no fighting through screens. Everybody just kind of like lays back. And no one's aggressive enough in the paint. Like when somebody gets in the paint, there's a lot of standing around from like LeBron or AD or whoever's in the paint. There's a lot of standing around. The only person that I give credit to not standing around is Dwight Howard. But even then, at that point, it's too late. If they're in the paint, we all know how Dwight Howard plays. You know how that doesn't fit with today's rules. So he's probably gonna end up with a foul. So that's just a free 2 points anyway. But yeah, guard play defense is atrocious. Need to address that. And the third thing that I wanted to address is how Russell Westbrook is gonna fit in with this team. Now he had a decent game. He had 13 assists, but he had 9 turnovers. So how I think we should, the turnovers, I don't really know if there's a fix for that, but just in terms of getting him in a rhythm early, we kind of did it this game, but I feel like we need to do it more often, because my theory is that, okay, the starting lineup is going to be LeBron, Russell Westbrook, and Anthony Davis, correct? That's the starting lineup, right? Okay. So in order for Russell Westbrook to work, he has to play 100%. He can't be turned into a spot-up shooter. He can't be turned into an off-the-screen mid-range shooter. Can't be turned into a Rajon Rondo type player. He has to be 100% aggressive. How do you propose you fix that, Ace of Hearts? I'm glad you asked. So what I think that should be done is at the 6-minute mark of every first quarter, sit LeBron down. Let Russell Westbrook play through that whole first, the last 6 minutes of the first. Let him play majority of the second. Let him do that by himself. Now, a lot of people have a problem with that. Might have a problem with that, excuse me, because LeBron's not going to get in the rhythm. Well, here's my take on that. Let's just go based on who's a better shooter right now. Really a better player. We can really do a better player. We can just go off based off who's a better player. Yeah, that's fine. So obviously LeBron is the better player. He's the better shooter, and he's the better passer. He's the better scorer as well. So I feel like it's better to sacrifice his aggressiveness just so that Russell Westbrook can get to his 100%. I feel like LeBron can play off of Russell Westbrook, but I don't think Russell Westbrook can play off LeBron, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. I feel like Russell Westbrook can set up LeBron. I don't feel like LeBron can set up Russell Westbrook. I feel like Russell Westbrook has to be the 100% going after every play type of player that he's always been. And I feel like LeBron has to be, and I'm going to say this and it's going to sound weird, I feel like LeBron does have to be a little bit passive this season, because with Russell Westbrook, I use this example a lot. Russell Westbrook is kind of like Allen Iverson. You can't trade for someone like a Russell Westbrook or Allen Iverson and expect them just to be like a spot-up shooter or like just a normal point guard. If you want to maximize their worth or their value, if you want to maximize that, you have to let them do them. And I feel like it's better to let Russell Westbrook do him and let LeBron be passive than for LeBron to be aggressive and Russell Westbrook be passive. Because everything is just in LeBron being passive. It's just in the favor of that. LeBron's older. He's a better shooter. He's a better passer. He's a better scorer. He's a better overall player. So he can get his whenever he wants. Russell Westbrook on this team, not so much. Not so much. So yeah, I feel like Russell Westbrook needs to be left alone sometimes in the game without LeBron. And I feel like he just needs to get in his own rhythm early. Or not necessarily early. I just feel like he does need to get into his stuff. And I feel like it doesn't really happen when he's with LeBron and AD starting out. Now, when he's up and running, yeah, play LeBron and AD together for sure. But what I'm saying is, I don't feel like his 100. I don't feel like the way that he plays, that 100% going fast all the time, doing all, just going hard every possession. I don't feel like he can do that with LeBron because he's not the one who's initiating it, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's my third topic I want to talk about the game. Good win for the Lakers. They're up on the board. John Morant is absolutely insane. He had 40 points, 10 assists, and if it wasn't for a missed free throw, we would definitely be in overtime. Not right now, but we would have been in overtime. Shout out to the Grizzlies organization. They play really hard. They just beat LA last night, and Paul George had like 41 points. So they're definitely a team to reckon with. They might not win that many games this year, but they'll always hold true to what the Grizzlies do, and that is play hard, grit and grind. That's what they did tonight. But I'm proud of the Lakers. Oh yeah, and Carmelo Anthony. I forgot. My bad, Melo. 28 points, 6 of 8 from 3. Pretty crazy game. But yeah, that's just my little recap. Not really gonna edit this one. This is just me talking about what I saw, what I think should be done. But what I will react to is Jalen Green scoring 30 points. So after this one, I'm done editing this one. I'll start recording Jalen Green getting the fuck off. So yeah, man, this has been your boy Ace Farce. As always, I love you guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And yeah, I will see you guys when something else interesting happens in the league. Peace.